Good evening. My name is Kehlor. I'm pleased to be a part of Ms. Hunter or Dr. Hunter's class. I wanted to begin this presentation, if you would, this social identity explanation. I'll do what I can. This is new to me. If going around the circle, if you will, my ethnicity, I am a white Caucasian. Socioeconomic status, I believe I would be considered a upper middle class. I earn roughly $60,000 a year between my teaching and my counseling efforts. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. It tends to fluctuate. Gender, obviously a male. I am heterosexual. I am currently divorced. Have not been in any sort of relationship at all since my divorce. It's been about 14 years, just focusing on my children and my work. National origin, I am from the United States. Most of my family is from the central Pennsylvania area. My mother is originally from Alabama. My father is from what's considered the coal regions, Hazleton area, PA. My first language is English. I had toyed around with learning Spanish to no avail, and also Koine Greek as part of my master's degree in my undergraduate in pastoral ministry, again to no avail. I'm a creative ortician, but I am not a mathematician or linguist by any means. Physical, emotional disability. I seem to be banging through this quite quickly, so whoever listens to this will have to beg my pardon. I beg your pardon, rather. To be quite candid, I suffer from bipolar disorder and anxiety and depression. About 14 years ago, I succumbed to my anxiety and attempted to take my life. I overdosed on my psychiatric medications, which was in fact the cause of the demise of my marriage and my career at the time. I was in pastoral ministry. Unfortunately, that kind of whittled away as I gave in to that temptation. Some of you may hear panting in the background. I have a large German Shepherd who wanted to be a part of this class. I'll see if I can get her picture here. I don't know if you can see her, but that's where she is. She is, I consider her one of my three children. Age, I am 52 years old. I am a Christian. I hesitate to use the word evangelical because it's gotten such a bad rap, if you will, over the last several years, much to the fault of evangelicals themselves. That term or that moniker being attached to one who is politically, otherwise ultra-conservative politically or socially. And that is not the case. Eventually or ultimately, evangelical is one who is a witness. In my role, I'm a witness of what the God and the person of Jesus Christ has done for me. That's how I identify. That is what underpins my approach to clinical counseling. Although I'm not exclusively a counselor to those of faith, and it certainly is inherent in my role as an ordained minister. I'm not now pastoring, but still I consider myself fulfilling that pastoral role, if only in a different context. I am obviously, again, white Caucasian. I have some ethnic heritage. I have some Greek background, as well as Scotch, Irish, Lithuanian, and English, and some Greek in me, per my mother. At least that's what I'm told. The identities I think about most often, I think from a social standpoint, I have to say that I think about being a parent. and not just a parent, but a parent of those of neurodiverse children. My son is a low-functioning autist. My daughter is now is on what was once considered or is diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, or that's what she was initially referred to as. Now she's on the higher functioning autist. Identities that I think of least often. Up until these last few classes, I think I believe I thought less about my ethnicity, except again as I took these classes, as I began to work in alcohol and drug rehab, I realized, unfortunately, the privilege that I had as a white Caucasian that has been denied people of color so often. Most of the patients I dealt with were either by virtue of their where they found themselves or the temptations that were about them, were of African American or Latinx descent. That's not to say that this is that addiction in its various substance abuse disorders is something that only afflicts those people of color. But unfortunately, we have created an environment, a culture wherein opportunities are denied people of color, and the accessibility to drugs and other substances are so available to them. Whereas a growing social disparity, which sometimes makes me ashamed that I am more affluent, and certainly by the standards of the rest of the world. My family and I support some families in through World Hope and a few charitable organizations, and compared to what I live on, that is to have the resources that I and my family have here in the U.S. would make me a wealthy man in other parts of the world. And though I celebrate the blessings, it makes me sometimes ashamed, not sometimes, often ashamed of what those of my social and ethnic background, social and race, social background and my race have done to the rest of the world. The identities that have had the strongest effect on me and how I perceive myself, I'm a man of faith. Since the age of 13, I have identified as a believer. I have struggled with that identity on various occasions, certainly during my suicide attempt. But for the last nearly 40 years of my life, I have been a member of the church. I have been involved in bringing people and talking to people about faith. Faith is something that is burgeoning within me, I think, in all of us. All of us have faith in something. It's what we place our faith in that's key. And that is just wherein I operate. My degrees over the last several years in pastoral ministries and my master's degree, my doctoral degree, all were surrounding about bringing that truth, if you will, to others. That's who I am. Without causing offense, without causing controversy, I have to see myself in that light. But I also have to see myself as one who is broken, because most of our clients that we're going to see are broken people. They have been traumatized through many times through no fault of their own, through events that have happened to them either because of poverty, bigotry, abuse, neglect, or what have you, or addiction, and we have to enter into that world. We have the opportunity to enter that world and not rescue them, because we don't rescue, but we are coming alongside of them to strengthen and upbuild and give them the opportunity to see an alternative life, an alternative state of being, a means to overcome, if you will. we instill hope as counselors. Insofar as we do that consistently, we become, our work is efficacious. When I say it's seldom rewarding, we don't gain monetarily, but we gain peace of mind that we have improved the social strata through one life. That's me in a nutshell. I hope that you will be entertained and informed by what I've been able to bring, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have for me, either in the discussion board itself or perhaps in class or thereafter. Take care. I look forward to seeing you all next week.